everyone, it's Catherine. Since you are viewers of my largely college-related channel, I thought I owed you the explanation for the title below, why I am leaving college early, why I will be finishing up my degree at the end of this year, why I'm graduating, why I decided to make USC a 3-year experience for me instead of 4. Every time I check my inbox on Twitter or Tumblr or on my comments, I always get one question about why I'm graduating early or like why I'm not spending 4 years at USC, and believe me, if I could, I would. I would spend like 8 years at USC. This has been the best decision of my life so far to come here. I absolutely love my experiences here. I feel so fulfilled and rewarded, not all the time, but most of the time here, and it does break my heart that I have to leave early, but it is for a reason. I honestly don't want to leave early, so if you raise the money, I will take it and spend the 4th year here. Graduating early or in any other alternative schedule is a very individual thing based on your major, based on your school, your financial situation, your plans after college, but here are just a few of the reasons that I'm able to do it. First of all, I've known about this since the time I accepted my place at USC. I brought in 28 AP credits from high school, which essentially put me at about a sophomore standing at USC, so it gave me enough credits to fill in almost an entire year. So instead of spending my senior year here, I can just swap in those AP credits and that'll give me enough units to graduate, if that makes sense. My business major as well is one of the more flexible programs. If you're an engineering major at USC, graduating 3 years would be an extreme option. You'd probably have to do summer courses, but the business major does give you freedom to minor or to double major or to take fewer credits so you can intern. Or you could take a full semester abroad. That's the sort of freedom the business major gives you. So instead of opting into all of those wonderful experiences, I really came into it headstrong knowing that I could study abroad during the summer, or I could take elective classes anyway. It's not like I'm just taking business courses. I almost have enough free units to minor anyway, even with a full year less of class. The final part of me knowing that I could graduate early was talking extensively with my advisor and with others that had done it previously. And my advisor let me know, this is how many units you have to take every semester. It's not really anything more than my peers are taking around me. I'm not even taking business classes that early compared to others. I'm still pretty much on the same track. I'm just not taking as many elective random units as other people would. This also isn't something spectacularly rare in other countries. I know at least schools in Britain or maybe Canada. I've heard a few other cases of like it being normal and it being the normal track to have a 3-year stint in college and to graduate after 3 years. Essentially, I'm just trying to get 25% off my college degree. I really didn't want to pay the full price because I straight up could not pay the full price of USC. So by shaving off a year of my college degree, I'm getting it for 75% of the price, which seems like a pretty good deal to me. This also isn't something you should feel sorry about or pity me for or be apologetic. This is a choice I made. I could have spent 4 years at a public school like Berkeley, but ultimately, I made the decision that I'd rather spend 3 years here at USC than 4 years anywhere else. And I don't regret that at all. It's a decision I've stuck with and I've stood by because this truly is the best school for me in my opinion. My parents did have a college fund for me saved up, and I'm really, really grateful that they did that and they sacrificed income to put that aside for both my sister and myself. But it didn't cover 4 years at a private school. It barely covered like 4 years at a public school. So the options were either I'd go public and take out maybe like a tiny loan, or I could go private and basically be sinking in debt taking out loans. So the happy medium for me was to go to the private school I wanted to go to, but instead of accumulating debt my entire senior year, I'd graduate a year early, and that way I could start out my professional life without that burden and that limitation of debt. The general frame of reference for how much debt you're supposed to take on is that you're not supposed to take on more debt than you would make in your first year out of college. So whatever your first year starting salary would be, you shouldn't be taking on loans that amount to more than that, because that'll really cripple you later down the line having to pay those monthly bills to pay off the loan. So if you're looking into going into investment banking and you're gonna make $90,000 or $100,000 your first year out of college, you could afford to take that hit in college that'll really advance your career elsewhere. But if you're looking into going maybe teaching full-time and that's only going to be $30,000 to $40,000 a year, it's not going to be in your best interest to weigh yourself down with debt to get to that position. It's better off to go to a school more in your price range, or to potentially try to shave off some time in your college degree like I'm doing. Graduating in 3 years has also made me very deliberate about how I approach my college experience, and I don't think that's something everyone necessarily has going into it. I came in freshman year knowing that that was essentially my sophomore year. So my freshman year was gone. I was gonna spend sophomore, junior, senior year in college. I knew that as a freshman, I was essentially a sophomore, so I really had to plant my roots and get started early and find that sense of community early on as possible, instead of the more traditional route of freshmen coming in and treating their freshman year as just kind of like a floating period where they don't really have to get involved in anything. They can just kind of focus on academics and then figure it out later. So I've been involved in the clubs I'm in since freshman year. Like everything I'm in right now, I joined my freshman year. I haven't added anything new because I came into USC knowing like a list of 20 clubs that I would love to be a part of and things I want to apply for and interview for and what positions I'd want. So I was very aware of what I want to pursue and what I wanted to get out of my college experience. A lot of people don't get involved in anything until their sophomore year, just because their freshman year they're still figuring it out, and so they spend their sophomore, junior, senior year in those organizations. I'm just spending my freshman, sophomore, junior year. I'm still getting 3 years out of the clubs I'm in, just like they're getting 3 years out of it, but I started very deliberately my freshman year and I've been on that track ever since. Compacting my college career like this made me really reflect on what I want out of every semester, what I want out of every week, what my goals are, because I know I have to be more on top of it. And that's a pressure I'm comfortable with. Maybe not something everyone would be comfortable with, but me, I came into college really knowing why I wanted this degree, and that's something I very much advocate for. I think you should really know why you are pursuing higher education and why you are investing in it. Not everyone, I think, really evaluates how much their parents may be spending on their education. They may be very removed from the financial part of it. I am not removed from the financial part of it. I've been very, very interactive with how much of a burden this could potentially place on me if I were to take on a loan. And that has made me very, very appreciative and grateful for the sacrifices my parents have made, and it's made me want to get the most fulfilling experience I can out of college. I don't really want to squander my time away or spend time complaining or being ungrateful. I feel extremely privileged to be pursuing higher education and having enough money to be here for 3 years, whereas I know a lot of girls across the world, across the globe, don't even get the opportunity to pursue college, let alone maybe high school at the level they want to. It's kind of the same thing as when your parents give you a new pair of shoes for Christmas versus you invest in those shoes yourself. When you're the one paying for it, you just take so much greater care of the good. You evaluate when you're gonna wear them and how you're gonna treat them, and you just know so much more about what they're worth to you. And that's the same thing for college for me. It's pretty evident when someone doesn't have that in mind with their college degree and isn't spending it as though it is a significant investment for their parents. I felt like as a very college-related YouTuber, I owed you the explanation. I really just wanted to open up a forum to let you know that there are alternative ways to pursue college and that you should be reflecting and aware of why it's worth it for you, because it is very costly, but it also really can launch yourself and your personal development and growth a lot. So as of next May of 2017, I won't be a college student anymore. I'm honestly a little heartbroken about it. I really wish I could stay here forever. But know that this channel won't suffer because of it. As you can tell, tons of YouTubers still make back to school videos, even though they haven't been in school for like 3 years. So I think I'm completely warranted to continue making videos about college and school advice in general, even when I'm graduated. And I think it also would be rewarding for me to share my experience on the other side of things for those of you still in school, maybe as some motivation to see, if I'm pursuing this high school or college degree, here's what's on the other side of that degree that could be a motivating factor for you. And before you ask questions about what I'm doing after graduation, I do not know yet. I likely won't know until the very end, up until graduation. I'm in the throes of applying to job positions and internships and full-time jobs. So if you'd like to get a video on my job application process, kind of like how I did my college application process, I can totally make that for you once I get a really good structure solidified. But rest assured that as soon as I do know my plans, whether it's to take a gap year or whether it's to simply intern or whether I am accepting a full-time position, I will let you all know. since you've been such a great support system for me in my life and have been religiously following me through my college career. I also thought I'd let you know about a special treat. I did open a P.O. box thanks to many requests from you all. I announced it on my vlog channel on my Twitter, so you can follow me over there to get more updates like this. But my P.O. box address will be here. It is open, it is available. You can send as little or as much as you want, or you can simply tweet me if you'd rather not have to spend the effort to send something out. But I will be opening those goodies very soon, and I'm excited to see what you all were so eager to send me before. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time, and Katherout.